everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope well. I'm trying something a little different. We're still in the garage, trying to play with these cameras a little bit, get things straightened out. And I just wanted to come to you guys again with a word tonight. Um, I've been thinking this week about different things that have been going on, and like I've said before, with my free time, now I've been remodeling the garage a little bit. And we spoke about remodeling last week, and I've been doing a lot of work out here, been throwing some things away, but I found a lot of stuff that I stored away, and I dug a piece out, yesterday or the day before, and it just hit me that it reminds me of the Lord and what He's doing in my life and hopefully all of our lives. And it's more about creating and I guess artistry of some sort. But God created everything, and He's not finished with us. And I don't believe that He's finished with everything that's going on. He created the heavens and the earth. He created, but I think we're putting God in a small box if He's done. If He's done. I think this is pretty cool, but I dug out this huge piece of driftwood here. It's real gnarly looking. It was like a trunk to a tree with the roots here at the bottom. But what's amazing about this is this came out of a river. That was a tree. It grew from a seed. It grew into a full tree, lived its life, and then for whatever reason, it died off. But what happened is, I don't know how many of you ever went and just collected driftwood, but it's really smooth. It's really, it doesn't feel like normal wood would feel to you. It's just, it's real smooth. It's a lot lighter, has a different texture to it. And that's because as it sets in the river, it rolls downstream. Maybe it gets stuck somewhere, but the whole time it's beating itself. It's getting battered against rocks, other trees, other pieces of wood. But it also is getting hit with sediment that's carried in the water. And that sediment tears at it. It tears at it and it breaks it down. And then when we pull it out, I keep it. It's like a little trinket, a knickknack to set on my shelf, but it's something of beauty because it's been kind of refined. When we look in the Bible, in Ephesians chapter 2, I believe it's verse 10, but I will check. I'm sorry, I was not prepared for that. I thought I remembered it. But I would rather look it up than to tell you wrong. It is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10. And I'm going to read this out of the King James Version. For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them. We're His workmanship. The Sistine Chapel was a workmanship. The sculptured David, those were all workmanships of those artists. We are workmanship of the greatest artist ever. He created everything we can see around us, including the abilities for us to do art, including the abilities for us to change things and make them more beautiful. You don't carve or you don't chisel stone to make it look like something, you take away the things that don't belong there. You see what's inside it. I do that when I'm working with wood. I see the finished product. I see what I want it to be, and I take away all the things that don't make it look like it's supposed to. God's doing the same thing with us. If you can imagine him with like a hammer and a chisel, and as we allow, he knocks those little pieces off of us, cleans it up here and there, and what you end up with is a rough version first. You don't go straight to polished. You don't go straight to painting without some sketch or some print or plan of where you're going. God has a plan for us, and he knows the beginning and the end of it. And so what he does is a little bit different than the rest of us. If I'm doing a woodworking project, I make the wood do whatever I want it to do to make it look the way I want it. God, however, we have to be willing to let him do those things. We have to be willing to give up some of ourselves, some of our comfort, and allow him to work in us to just knock those unfinished pieces off of us. And, praise be to God that when this is all over and I reach heaven, I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to be exactly what he wanted me to be. And so in these times while we've got the extra time, I want everybody to sit back and think of, ask God what he wants you to look like, what the finished project is, what he wants you to become. And then, this is the hard part, you have to take the step and decide, I'm going to allow you to do that to me, God. I'm going to allow you to turn me into what you would have me to be. I want you to control my actions, my mind, all the things that right now I take control of. I want you to take control of, God. I want you to work through me so that others can see what a great artist you are, how amazing you can be. So with that said tonight, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank those that watch, tonight, those that watch at a later time, whatever, as long as the word gets out, let's share this. If you have any friends that you want to watch it, send it to them. And get them to subscribe to the webpage, the YouTube page. If they have Facebook, link up with the church so they can continue to get this content as well. Don't forget that we do still, we have the online giving. Hopefully this stay-at-home thing will get taken care of soon. We'll get this virus under control, and we can resume our normal lives. What I want you to want you to know is we plan on continuing these things, these little video messages, and we're going to also work on continuing to send out our Sunday sermons. This is a great tool. We can reach a lot more people, and we can only do that though if you tell somebody. If you tell somebody, you share this, you send it to them, get them to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, wherever. Get them there, let them hear it, and we can spread this a lot farther. So I want to thank everybody, and until next week, God bless.